Good morning, friends. Welcome to the 11th video session of Word Power Made Easy. The author's name is Norman Lewis, and we are going to follow the book again. The name of the book is Word Power Made Easy, and we have been learning new words every day by using the root word technique, on which the Word Power Made Easy book of Mr. Norman Lewis is completely based on. So, without any further discussion, we will continue with the today's topic. And before we go ahead, I would request you to at least share these videos with your friends so that a lot many people will be benefited by this. Okay, so let's start. Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis, written by Norman Lewis, and today we are going to know how to insult our enemies. And today's lecture or today's video will be completely in English language. So let us move ahead. Okay, first of all, we are going to go through some introductory words. We are going to know some of the basic words because we have to start from somewhere, right? So let us do that. First word we have is a martinet. Who is a martinet? A martinet is a person who commands everything, who needs that everything that is under his radar should be done in his particular way, and it the rules should be strictly followed. A martinet wants all the rules to be followed strictly to the word. For example, a military general, he treats his subordinates like slave and orders them, and does not ignore or does not let go any of the um, irregularities. He needs everything regularly, and he needs everything is in time. And if somebody does not follow the rules or misses to follow the rule, then he raises hell on him. Moving on. You know what is a martinet? We will explain how does this word originate in the next session. In today's video, in the next session. The first word is martinet, and it means who follows rules very strictly and expects his subordinates to follow the rules strictly. Okay, the other word is sycophant. Sycophant is a person who is uh, basically always worshipping his superiors, always trying to flatter his superiors, always tries to tend to the need of his superiors, not because of worship but because of expectations of a promotion or favor from his seniors, etc. Like he is always licking the boots of the people. So the sycophant is a person who always licks a superior's boot. He has many expectations. He does not have anything in his heart, but he is always thinking with his mind that okay, I have to get this promotion, I have to get this job done. So he will always try to flatter the person. He'll try to um, tend to the needs of the superior. For example, you must have seen some students in your own class while you were kids, that some people were favorites of these teachers, and these students used to like complain a lot about others to these teachers so that to be in the good books of them. So these are sycophants, and you did not like them, like the sycophants. You will always try to avoid them. You will not keep the company of these people, because you know that if you tell something wrong to this person, you tell something mischievous to this person, he is going to complain it to the teacher, and the teacher is going to scold you, but uh, his is going to favor the other person who has already complained against you. So you stay away from a sycophant. Okay, dilettante. A dilettante is a person who uh, takes interest in some artistic field, suppose painting or music, but he does not do it in a professional way. Takes interest in an artistic field, not for professional interest, but for his delight only. He does not have anything to gain out of it, like money or fame. Expect he does not expect any monetary gains or fame, gains or fame out of it, but seeks only pleasure. He does not seek any monetary gains. He does not want any money, or he does not want that people should know him, but he is doing it because he likes it, and he is good at it. He is good at it. Okay, but he does not want any fame out of it. So such type of people take delight in their interest, artistic field, but do not need any fame or money. Okay, moving on. Virago. See, these are adjectives. Sycophant is an adjective, dilettante is an adjective, martinet is an adjective. They can always also be considered to be nouns. If you call someone a martinet, he is a noun. So you are calling him the martinet was here. The sycophant complained to the person, complained to the superiors. The dilettante made a good painting, etc. Okay, so it is adjective, mainly an adjective. You call someone this, but used as a noun also sometimes. Most of them are like that. They are adjectives, but may be used as a noun. Okay, virago. Again the same. A virago is a person, a woman with male-like characters, with irritating characteristics, irritating, fearsome fierce characteristics, almost male like. If you call a person a virago, if you call a female a virago, you are stating that she is such male like and fights like a male person. She always quarrels, etc. So this is not a good word. So it is used as an insult for a woman who is a shrew and not liked by anyone. Virago. Okay, its origin, root word vir. Vir means male, and vir is Greek. Vir, the root word vir is Greek, and if you are saying that a woman is virago, you are meaning that she is like a vir or a male person. She always fights, she always quarrels. Okay, so let's move on. Chauvinist. Who is a chauvinist? A chauvinist is a patriot who has gone to the extent of excessiveness. Excessively patriotic. Excessively patriotic. Okay, talking about Virago again. If you want to get an idea how a Virago acts like, you should watch the film Miss Congeniality. Please go to YouTube or anywhere, search for this Miss Congeniality videos, and you will get an idea how a Virago woman acts like. Okay, moving on. A chauvinist. Who is a chauvinist? A chauvinist is an excessively patriotic person to the extent, to such an extent that people start making fun of him. In my village, there was a person. I am from Bihar, and there was a person over there who used to drink a lot and used to shout in the streets at night, "Lalu Yadav Jindabad, Lalu Yadav Jindabad," and we used to laugh at him because of this. So his worship for Lalu Yadav went to such an extent that people start using, uh, sorry, started using it as a humor. Okay. So chauvinist. We will explain how these words came into origin, and then we will move on. Monomaniac. Who is a monomaniac? Monos. You know, monos means one or single, and maniac means mad. Okay. So who is a monomaniac? A monomaniac is a single-minded person. Monomaniac is a single-minded person and does not listen to anybody else's opinion. If you try to tell someone to a monomaniac person, a single-minded person, he will ignore it. He will not even try to listen to it. So that is a monomaniac. One moment. Okay. Who is an iconoclast? An iconoclast is a person who does not believe in any kind of rituals or old worshipping habits or old superstitions, and tries to expose them always. See, you must remember that while you were an adolescent, you did not believe in many of the superstitions your grandparents used to tell you, or even your parents used to tell you, and some of us or many of us still do not believe in those, and you always try to expose this and deny those superstitions or rituals. So uh, such a person or such a personality is called an iconoclast. He tries to deny and expose icons or superstition rituals just because he wants it. See, when you are a kid, when you were an adolescent person, you used to do that. Just because your parents told you something and you did not want to do that, you denied it. Say that I don't believe in it, or okay, this is fake, this is crap, etc. So such a person always tries to deny those things, denies those concepts or rituals. So such a person is called an iconoclast. Moving on, an atheist. An atheist is a person who does not believe in God. does not believe in God and denies its God's existence completely. He does not believe in God at all. He says that God does not exist. He does not want to discuss whether there may be some proof or not. He says that okay, God does not exist. There is no question in that. So such a person is an atheist. Okay, talking about the root words or etymology of this atheist word. A is negative. A is negative. That symbolizes absence, and theos means God. So theos means God, and is a negative word. So it says the word itself says that God does not exist. Atheist, negative. A is negative. That symbolizes absence, and theos means God. That God does not exist. Okay, another very simple word with the root word theos is theology. Study about religion. Moving on. Leisure. Who is a leisure? A leisure is a male person who is driven by his sexual desires and can go can degrade to any extent to fulfill those desires. A leisure, or in Hindi there is a word called lecher. A leisure is a person who is driven by his sexual desires. He does not think about any morality and can degrade or downgrade himself to such a level that people will just avoid him. He says that okay, that person is a leisure. You need not talk to him. Okay, you should maintain your distance from him. So such a male person is a leisure. Okay. Okay, there must be a female version of a leisure, right? So the female version of a leisure is a nymphomaniac. A nymphomaniac is a female person, a female who is driven by her sexual desires and can degrade to any low levels. Okay, leisure, we will discuss the etymology of leisure in the later section of this video itself. Let's discuss the uh, etymology or the root word analysis of the word nymphomaniac. Nympho or nymphus means bride. So a nymphomaniac woman has the desire to become a bride, if you say so. Okay, and leisure is a person who has the desire to become a husband. Okay. So both are driven by their sexual desires. Okay, no more discussion needed on this. Okay, another word, hypochondriac. Hypo means under. For example, in hypodermis. You remember the word hypodermis? Just like epidermis, the upper layer of skin, we had the the lower layer of skin, hypodermis. So now we have hypo means under, And chondrus means the breastbone or sternum. If you know biology or a skeletal structure, if you remember it, you will have the breastbone. That is the middle part of the rib cage. If I show you with the diagram, it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, let's move on to Google and see what a sternum or the chondrus looks like. Sternum. Sternum. Okay, sternum, the breastbone, right? Okay, let's move on to images. Sternum. Okay, it is shown with very much clarity in this picture. You see, if you feel on your chest, you will find a bony structure that joins the ribs together in your front. So this bone is the sternum, where the rib cage or the ribs meet. Okay, this part. Perfect. Okay, moving on. So hypochondriac. Hypochondriac is a person who feels that he is sick or she is sick, but the doctor will not be able to uh, find the reason whether he is actually sick or not. See, I have a nanny. I have my nanny, my mother's mother or grandmother, maternal grandmother. She has this feeling always that her BP is high. She has got high sugar level, low blood pressure, etc. All kinds of illnesses are in her. But when my sister, she is a gynecologist and a well known doctor, when she tries to diagnose her and recommends to get some tests done, and when the tests come back, nothing is found. So my sister says that she is a hypochondriac. She says that, or she describes my nanny such that, okay, the ailments are in her stomach or within her chest or under her chest, but but the illnesses do not show up. So actually it is in the mind of the person, right? So you have to understand it in such a way that the ailments or illnesses remain under the chondrus or the breastbone or under the chest of the person, but they do not actually show up in the test results. A hypochondriac person always believes that he or she is sick, but the doctors cannot find any physical existence of the disease. So it's in the mind actually. So hypochondria. We also understood why it is called a hypochondriac person. Um, Moving on. Okay. Before moving on to the second section, please revise the first section very quickly because we are going to discuss these words in detail in the second part. Martinet, sycophant, dilettante, virago, chauvinist, monomaniac. Who is a chauvinist? A excessively patriarch person. Monomaniac is a single-minded person. A virago is a female character with a male characteristics and not male characteristics in the biological sense, but in the uh, characteristic sense or behavior sense, you may say. She will always want to fight. She will always want to have a beer with friends and party, etc., etc., etc. Sycophant, you know who is a sycophant? A bootlicker. You must be knowing some sycophants in your class. You must be remembering them, right? Okay. Okay. Who is a licher and a monomaniac? Sorry, not a monomaniac. Licher and a nymphomaniac. Atheist denies God all the time, denies the existence. Iconoclast denies rituals and tries to expose them. Denies and expose icons and superstitious rituals just because they have been told by their grandparents, and does not even try to find the truth about it or find reasons why these rituals exist. There is no need for that for a iconoclast. He or she just denies it. Nymphomaniac done. Hypochondriac we just discussed. So moving on to the second session. Jean Martinet. Jean Martinet was a French general who was such a strict army officer that his subordinates called him a slave driver. He did not appreciate or tolerated any irregularities and awarded the miscreants with strict punishment or severe punishment, you must say. Severe punishment. So Jean Martinet or Jean Martinet was a French general. If you say Jean in French, it is actually pronounced as Jean, not Jean. Jean Martinet was a French general who was a very strict army officer, and that is treated his subordinates like slaves. He did not appreciate or tolerate any kind of irregularities, and punished their his subordinates with severity. So from there originated the word Martinet, comes from Jean Martinet. Martinet comes from John Martinet. Okay, psychon and sycophant. We have discussed this word previously. We are going to see the root words. What do these actually mean? Okay, in the Greek history, there was some taxation levied on figs. Fig is a kind of a dry fruit. If we call in Hindi, it is called anjeer. It's a dry fruit and very tasty, very tasty, and it is actually found. It is actually very costly as well. So there was a tax levied on the growing and sale of figs in Greece. Okay, Psychon means fig. Okay, and Fenian means to show. There were some uh, double cross agents in the group of fig farmers who used to show the officials where the figs were being smuggled. Suppose there was a group of farmers who tried to smuggle out the figs or sycon. In that group, there was a person who used to tell the officials where the figs were being smuggled, and the officials used to catch the culprits and punish them. So these showers of the fig who used to tell it to the officials were called sycophants. So you will try to avoid these kind of so-called friends, as we discussed later. So a sycophant used to tell the secrets of friends to the officials, or your to the superiors, to be in the good books. Suppose you consider the situation in the office. Suppose there is a manager. Some gossip is going about the manager in his subordinates. Okay, the subordinates always keep on gossiping uh, about the boss, the manager. And one of your friends in the team who takes part in that discussion tells these things, tells the information to the manager, that what's going on in the team, they tell something about this. So what will happen, that person who gives the information to the manager will become the favorite. He will favor that person more, or she will favor that person more than the others. So that person is a sycophant. Okay. Noun form of sycophant will be sycophancy. Noun form. Moving on. Okay. Diagram. Sorry, not diagram. Diameter. What is a diameter? Right? Diameter is the length of the chord that passes through the center of a circle. Right? Passes through the center of a circle. So we were discussing the diameter. Diameter is the chord, the length of the chord that passes through the center of the circle. Correct? You know what is a diameter, right? So here diameter, dia means through. Dia, dia means through. If you are dia something, you are going through something. Such like diameter goes through the center of the circle. So diaphant, phant or fanny, fannian, fannian, fannin means to show. Correct? Fannin means to show and dia means through. So a diaphant is a material, adjective or noun. No, it is generally used as an adjective because it is used for generally uh, fibers or fabric or clothing material. So diaphant is a almost transparent material. A diaphant material, clothing material is almost uh, transparent, or you may call see-through. You must be thinking that okay, I can see through glass as well, right? So I can say that glass is a diaphant material, but actually it is not. This adjective diaphant is used for clothing material that are almost transparent or see-through. You can see, almost see through it, transparent. It is not actually like a plastic or colorless, but you can almost see through it. So such are like some of the silken materials are see-through. Okay. Adjective we have already seen, so no need of it. Okay. Noun will be diaphancy. Noun. A diaphant material or a diaphancy or diaphonic. Diaphant or diaphonic. Diaphonic, no, not diaphonic. Diaphonic is something else. Diaphonic means you can hear through it all the time. It's okay. Diaphancy is a noun. Okay, dilettante. We have uh, discussed this word before, dilettante. So we are going to know what does it mean or what is the root word for it. Dilettare. Is the root word which means delight, to delight. So a dilettante is a person who takes interest in an art just for the heck of it, or just for the delight of it, just wants to draw the pleasure out of it without gaining any fame or any money out of it. For example, you can say that I am a dilettante in the teaching world. I do not have any interest or fame or money, but I just do it because it is fun for me. So you must get the concept of dilettante. It comes from the root word dilettare, which means delight. We have already discussed this word before, so let's just copy and paste it from there. No need to type that again, and you have already understood what's the concept of a dilettare, and that person is good at it. It is not like that he's a beginner. Many professionals who have gained the experience and are good at it, they are a different concept. But a dilettante is not a professional. He is just having fun with the field. Okay. And dilettante is a person, and there is another adjective, dilettantic. Adjective. It is an adjective, dilettante. Okay. Noun. What will be the noun form of it? Dilettantism will be the noun form of it. The act of doing the something in a dilettantic manner will be dilettantism. Okay, opposite of dilettante. A dilettante is a person who takes interest, but a tyro is a beginner who may have interest and ambition to excel in an artistic field, but does not have the experience. Okay. A tyro person wants to take the artistic field very seriously. He has interest and has the ambition to become famous and gain money out of it, or have monetary gains out of it. But simply due to the lack of experience, he is not famous or he does not have that professional skill. Maybe in future the tyro will have experience and he will gain monetarily as well. Okay, then a tyro will become a virtuoso. When a tyro, a beginner, gains experience in an artistic field and becomes very virtuous or very skilled in a field, then he becomes a virtuoso. An experienced artistic professional who is famous and rich. Simple. A dilettante is a person who does not need any monetary gains. A tyro is a beginner who needs monetary gains but does not have the experience. A virtuoso is a person who has gained experience and has fame and has monetary gains out of the field as well. So the three words are very clear. Virtuoso. Okay. What will be the plural form of virtuoso? Virtuoso is actually taken from a French language, and the plural form of virtuoso will be virtuosi. Virtuosi. Plural of virtuoso. Or you may say simply adding an S, virtuosos. If you want to be more sophisticated with the audience, if you want to become very impressive with the audience, you go with virtuosi. This is the word for you, virtuosi, more sophisticated. And if you have a less artistic or less sophisticated audience with whom you are talking, you may use the plural form virtuosos, but both mean the same thing. They both mean the plural form of virtuoso, who is an experienced artistic professional which is famous as well as rich. Okay, another example of this plural of words ending with o, or nouns ending with o. Libretto. What is a libretto? A long work, a long poetic work in the opera. See, what is an opera? First of all, let us understand what is an opera. You might have heard or attended or seen in movies, like many of you must have seen the first part of the movie Triple X. In that part, the boss or the African American person who hired Xander Cage to do the job, he was attending an opera. That's a musical play, you may say. And the long poetic work used to describe such verses or such poems or such lines is called a libretto. Libretto. Okay? And what will be the plural form of libretto? Plural form of libretto will be librettos or liberati. Liberati, plural form. Oops. I am very bad with spellings. Okay. Masculine woman, we have already seen what is a virago, sorry, not viraj. Virago. Masculine woman you can call. And if you are calling a woman a virago, you are actually insulting her to a great extent. Two other words having the same meaning are harridan and termagant. Termagant and harridan are synonyms of virago. Actually, they mean the same. They are not even synonym, but actually they are meanings of each other, you may say. Synonym of virago and termagant are also synonym of virago. Moving on. Okay, did we discuss who is a chauvinist? In the session 1, we discussed who is a chauvinist. Chauvinist. Right? So we will discuss where did the word chauvinist come from. Chauvinist. Chauvinist is excessive patriotism. Sorry. Excessive patriotic person to the extent of mockery. If you mock at someone, you are doing the mockery. Okay? So you are mocking at a chauvinist person, then you are mocking a excessively patriotic person. Okay, this word came from Nicholas Chauvinist. Chauv. Nicholas Chauv was an army general in the Napoleon's army. Napoleon's army, Napoleon's, Napoleon's army. So this person, Nicholas Chauv, was blind worshipper of Napoleon. So that is why the subordinates used to mock at him, used to laugh at him behind his back, because he was a chauvinist or excessive patriotic person. Chauvinist army who excessively worshipped Napoleon. Okay, moving on. Okay, we have seen the word patriotic over here, correct? Excessively patriotic. Another word comes here that says patriotic. Okay, pater or pader, padre means father. So patrimony. Okay, and monas. Money comes from, means money or related to money or monetary. So patrimony. If you need some money when you were a kid, you needed some money, whom did you go to? Did you go to your mother or a sister or a brother? No, you went to your father. So that is patrimony. If you asked money from your father, from that concept came patrimony. Okay, another thing, if you inherit money from your father, if you inherit money from your relatives, what is it called? Patrimony. Okay, inheritance from the father. Patrimony is monetary inheritance from father. Okay, see, this is actually very sexist. Our language is also very sexist sometimes. Suppose you can inherit money only from your father. If you inherit from your mother also, then also it is called patrimony. Okay, so the people who were making the language or establishing the rules of the language were actually very sexist. So that is why it came patrimony. Okay. Let's discuss what is matrimony. Matrimony, what is the literal form, literal meaning of matrimony? Matrimony means marriage, right? Matrimony means marriage. And matter, M-A-T-E-R, matter means, or matter means mother. Okay. So matrimony is considered like what you get from your mother. Okay. Matrimony is a concept that you get from your mother. It's like who fixes your marriages? Who takes more interest in your marriages? Your mother, right? If you are a girl or even a boy, who will be more concerned that you should get married at the right time, etc.? The father is busy earning money, let him go. So who is more concerned? Your mother, right? So from there comes the word matrimony. See, again, this is a sexist term. Okay. Sometimes the word matrimony is uh, used to show irony. Suppose you, I'm not saying you in particular, suppose a person marries a woman for money, then it will not be patrimony, it will be ironically called matrimony, just to make fun. Okay. So matrimony means marriage, and from where does it come? You have well understood now. Matrimony. Okay. Moving on. Patronymic. Okay. Onima means name. If you are named after your father, or your son is named after you, then the rule or the way in which your name has been established, that way is called patronymic, or that name method is described to be patronymic. I'll explain it some more. Suppose John, John's son will be named as Johnson. Okay. Nick's, now Nichols, now Nicholas, or Nick's son will be Nixon, etc. So patronymic, after, patronymic means after the father's name. Suppose you are naming the house which you built in the name of your father. Okay. Suppose you have your father's name is Mr. Ram, and you made a building and made the uh, kept the name of building as Ram Nivas, then you are giving it a patronymic name. Okay. Or you may also have a matronymic name, right? After the mother's name, that is matronymic. Okay. Paternity. Paternity is what? Paternity is fatherhood. Okay. Paternity or fatherhood, or you may say the extent till which the rule of the father exists. Paternity is actually a rule, a kingdom ruled by a king who considers his subjects as his own children. If the king considers his subjects and the region's people as his own son and daughter and considers himself to be the father, then that kingdom is called a paternity. Okay? Just like a father and the son. The father took care of your needs, etc., all the time. You did not have to worry about anything when you were a kid. So, that kind of kingdom is called paternity. You must be thinking it is a very good thing, right? It was actually, unless the subordinates of the king started to misuse the resources and uh, doing started punishing the subjects for ill things or nonsense things. They started raising a lot of taxes from the people. They starting extracting major part of the crop yield of the people. Then this paternity kind of kingship was started to be criticized. So that is paternity. If the kingdom is ruled by a king who considers his subjects as his own children, then it is called paternity. Or paternity is actually or literally means fatherhood. Literally, literally means fatherhood. Okay. And paternalism, okay. Paternal means related to father's side. Paternal, from the father's side. From the father's side. Okay. Just like maternal. Maternal is from the mother's side. Okay. Paternalism is the noun of paternal or paternity, and paternalistic is also adjective. Okay, moving on. See, these all words come from mother and father and matre and patre. Okay, so no need to discuss anything. Okay, patriarch. Patriarch means, or arcus, archi. Archios means kingship or kingdom. Archios means kingdom, and patriarch means, patra means father. So it is paternity. Again, a kingdom ruled by a king who considers his subjects as his own children. It is patriarchy. If you are ruled by your father, then it is patriarchy. Suppose you go to your home. There, who is the king? Your father is the king, correct? If your father is a very strict person, you do not dare to go against his word. Then, in your house, what is the kind of archy or what is the kind of governance in your house? That is a patriarchy. And a patriarch is a person who is a kingdom, who is an arch or a person, a monarch, just like in monarch, single rule. Monarch means a king, right? Mono, monarch, correct? Mono means one or monos means one, and archos means what? King. Archios means kingdom. A monarch, who is a monarch? A monarch is a person who is a single king. He is the only king of that kingdom. So a patriarch is a person who is father-like, but he rules the kingdom. Okay, moving on. Side means Side is a root word which means to kill. Okay, suppose you have patricide. Okay, let's start with a normal word. Insecticide. Insecticide. What does an insecticide mean? Insect means insect, and side means to kill. You know what is an insecticide? You no need to write the meaning of insecticide. Okay, who will be a father killer? Patricide. Killing of the father is patricide. Mother, who will be the killer of the father, is also called a patricide. Killer of the father is a patricide. If you call someone a patricide, it is a person. If you are calling the act a patricide, it is a noun, right? You can be using patricide as an act as well as the person. You can be using patricide, the word, as a noun, killer of the father, or the act of killing the father. Both can be called patricide. Okay, mother, killer of the mother, or the act of killing the mother is matricide. Matricide. Killer of the mother, the act of killing the mother. Moving on. Alma mater. Alma means soul. Alma means your soul, your inner soul. Alma means soul, and mater is from mother. Mater means mother. So alma mater is a place, actually your school. Alma mater means school where your soul was nourished. Okay, see, school is where you used to get your initial education. You learned to nourish your soul. So that is alma mater, your soul mother. Alma mater is called soul mother because you are going to the place to nourish your soul, where your soul was nourished. That is alma mater. It's actually French. Alma mater is French. Okay. Matrimony. We have already discussed matrimony, so no need to discuss matrimony. Sanctimony. Okay. Sanctum or sanctos means holy. Suppose you are calling someone a saint. You are actually, the saint word is derived from sanctos. Sanctos. Okay, so saint, sanctos. So if you are referring to the word sanctimony, it means holiness. Sanctimony means holiness. Okay. If you are considering a place to be sanctimony, you consider that place to be holy. If you consider a situation to be sanctimonious, then you are considering it to be holy and pure and pious. Sanctimony means piousness. Sanctimony is noun. Sanctimony is noun, means holiness. Okay, what will be the adjective form of sanctimony? Sanctimonious. Adjective. Okay, another word, parsimony. Parsimony comes from parsos. Parsos means, parsos is Greek actually. Greek means spare, to be sparring, or rare, you may say rare. Rare or sparse. Okay. So parsimony, if you are considering something to be very rare and you find it uh, very less, very rare, then you are considering it to be parsos or spare. Okay, spares or rare. So you can consider this to be an act of being a miser. Parsimony means act of being a miser. Who is a miser? A miser is a person who is very reluctant to spend money. He does not want to spend money on a thing. So such kind of act is described as parsimony. Parsimony is an act. It's a noun. And what will be the adjective of parsimony? It will be parsimonious. Okay, another word is ceremony. You know what is ceremony, right? What will be the adjective form of ceremony? Tell me. Ceremony, the celebrations. So, what will be the adjective form of ceremony? It will be ceremonious. Correct. So, there comes from the root word monius. Mono. Okay, move on. Matricide we have already discussed, so no need to discuss it again. Okay, suicide. You know the word suicide. Sui means self. Sui means self. The suicide is a noun, or you may call it a verb as well. Noun or verb. If you suicide, you kill yourself. Suicide is act of killing self. Correct? No need to discuss more. Soror. Soror. Et. Just like maternity, we have sorority. And soror or soros means sister. Sister. Soros, your sister. So we have a sorority. So sorority is a girls' hostel. Hostel. See, sorority is a girls' hostel in high class colleges or very established, well renowned colleges which had communities in them, like Alpha, Omega sorority. That means they were hostels or sisters communities where uh, rich girls used to stay and learn. So such hostels, girls hostel is sorority. Okay, fraternity. You have father, right? So you have brother as well. So that is fraternity. Fraternity. Frater, just like brother, means brother. You can very well understand the similarity of frater and brother. It's brother, frater. Okay. And in Arabic there is a word biradar. These all words are related. You can well understand the relation between different languages with the help of root words. Okay, fraternity means brotherhood, or community of men, boys, or you can call a boys hostel as well, a boys hostel. In high class colleges you had some boys hostels. Those are, they were called boys hostels or fraternities, and both the sororities and fraternity had some names. They had some Greek or Latin alphabets to describe their characteristics, just like alpha omega sorority or alpha omega fraternity. I'm saying alpha omega. Alpha is the first Greek letter and omega is the last Greek letter. Okay, and fraternity is the first. Sorry, not fraternity. Alpha is the first Greek letter and the omega is the last. So alpha omega is actually a concept in Bible that says God is the alpha, God is the omega. I am the alpha, I am the omega. Hmm? So I am the beginning as well as the end. So there, from there comes the word alpha omega. That's out of relation to this topic which we are discussing. I was just saying what are sorority and fraternity and how are they named. So they are there are some Greek letters which are used to describe them. Okay, homicide, killing a human. Just like in Homo sapien, we have the scientific genus of humans as Homo. Homo means human, right? So Homo means same. Homo means same. If you kill a person of your own kind, you are doing a homicide. Homo means same. So homicide means killing a person of the same type or kind. Okay? Same type or genus, you might say. So homo means same. If you kill a person, you are doing a homicide. Side means we have already seen killing, and homi means from homo. Homo means same. Just like in Homo sapiens, right? Homo sapiens are those people. Homo sapiens mean humans. No need to discuss it a lot. Okay, two words. Suppose you kill someone with the intent of killing someone. If you want to kill someone and you did it with purpose, then it is murder, right? See, we are going into the technicality or forensics. We are going into the forensic term, right? Murder. If you kill someone with intent, killing someone with intention, in full knowledge. Okay, that is murder. Suppose you kill someone accidentally. Suppose you were driving a car and you killed two people accidentally. You did not mean to, but it was an accident and you killed two people. That is manslaughter. Killing someone accidentally. So understand the difference between a murder and a manslaughter. Sometimes some murderers try to prove that they were not actually doing it, but it was just accidental, and they should consider it to be a manslaughter, because the punishment for a manslaughter is lighter than that of murder. Okay. Okay, punishment for manslaughter, not punishment for a manslaughter. Okay, manslaughter is a term. Whether you can one person, whether you kill one person or you kill hundreds of people accidentally. Suppose you were working in a mine and you blew the dynamite. I'm just giving an example. Suppose you are working in a coal mine and you accidentally blew the landmine used to do the open crust mining. Then you did it accidentally and 100 people died. So that was not intentional. So that is a manslaughter, not a murder. And even if you kill one person with intent, suppose you put poison in somebody else's milk or tea and that person dies, then it's a murder. Okay, homicide is considered only when the person dies. Please remember. Okay, enough of forensics. Let's move on to killing the king. Okay, regicide. Regicide means killing the king. To kill the king is regicide. Okay. Reg or rex means king. It's I'm not remembering what language is it, but reg and rex means the king. If you side the king or you kill the king, then it is a regicide. Okay. Oxoricide. Oxoricide. Oxor or uxor. Oxor means wife. Killing the wife is uxoricide. Okay, no need to discuss further. Okay, infanticide, you know what is infanticide, killing an infant. Okay, race. Killing the entire race is genocide. Killing the entire race means genus. Genocide, genocide, genocide means killing in mass. Okay, suppose you kill hundreds of people knowingly with an intent, then you commit a genocide. Suppose Hitler's general, they committed genocide. They burned alive many people just to have some experiments done. So that is genocide. Killing the entire genus or race. Killing in mass. Okay, no more discuss this thing. Okay, parricide means killing the parent. Killing one parent or either of the parents is parricide. खिड़की बंद करो बेटा. खिड़की बंद करो. See, killing of either of the parents, either the father or mother or both, is called parricide. Parus means parents. Parus, parus. Parus means parents. Okay, moving on. Okay, session 2 is complete. So let us revise very quickly. We have many words and all of them are almost related to father, mother, sister, brother, we have seen, and we also saw some of the words again in session 2 which appeared previously in session 1. So we saw the origin of martinet, which was from Jean Martinet. We saw what is a sycophant, bootlicker maybe, and we also learned the meaning of the root word dia, which means through, and we have diaphant, like a see-through material, and the noun of that is diaphancy, a dilettante, dilettantic, and a difference between a tyro, dilettante, and virtuoso. The plural of virtuoso is virtuosos or virtuosi. And similarly, libretto. What is libretto? Libretto is a long poetic work in the opera. Opera, we already discussed what is an opera. If you want to know what is an opera, you can go to the YouTube and try to search it yourself. And we also learned what is a virago. If you want to know what is a virago, please go to watch the movie, or you can search in YouTube as well, or anywhere. Miss Congeniality. Congeniality. You will understand the protagonist, the main actress of this film, is portrayed as a virago, or you may also call a harridan or termagant, a chauvinist, an excessive patriot person. Patrimony, we know, and why matrimony and patrimony are called so, and patronymic is naming after the father, matronymic is naming after mother. And then we had the monarch. Archaeos means king, and insecticide, different types of sides. What is an alma mater? Why your school is called alma mater? Because it nourished your soul, it give you initial education. That is why it is alma mater, or soul nourisher, or mother of the soul. What is parsimony? If a miser um, is described, the perfect word for it will be parsimonious, adjective will be parsimonious, and the act is parsimony, to be a miser or to spend very rarely or sparsely. Okay, and we have suicide, killing oneself. Sorority is house of sisters. Fraternity is brotherhood or house of boys. Homicide is killing someone. What is a murder? We saw. What is a manslaughter? We saw. Regicide is killing of the king. Reg or rex means king. We will discuss the origin of rex um, in detail, but for now let's understand that reg or rex means king. Uxor means wife. So we have uxoricide, and genocide is killing in mass, like you kill 100 people or 200 people knowingly, then it is a genocide. Parricide is killing any of the parents, either of the parents or both of the parents is parricide. That is matricide or patricide or both. Okay, father, mother, brother, sister, wife, and husband. Let's move on. Fraternize means to give a brotherly atmosphere or sense or label. See, if you fraternize something, you are giving it a brotherly atmosphere. You are converting it into a fraternity. You are actually making a community out of it. So that is fraternal. Fraternizing something is making something brother-like. Okay, fraternal means related to brother. For example, the fraternal relationship between the two friends is exemplary. Okay, if you are saying that the fraternal relationship between the two brothers is exemplary, you mean to say that the brother-like relationship between the two friends is appropriate to give an example of. Okay, fraternity is, again, you know what is a fraternity, so I wanted to discuss that. Sorority, we have already seen what is a sorority. Okay, uxorious. Uxorious means wife. It's related to wife, or you may say wife-like. I know many of you must be thinking of the first girlfriend, maybe, or the second girlfriend, or the third even, that tended or intended to be like your uh, wife, or try to take extra care of you all the time, following you, asking on your phone, etc., etc., etc. So that is wife like. So sometimes when a person, when a lady is considered to be uxorious, then it means excessive affection from the point of a lady. Okay. On the contrary, if a man is considered to be uxorious, if a man, generally this term uxorious is for a man, if a man is said to be uxorious, he is he tends to fulfill all the demands of his wife out of love, and will go to any extent for it. If a person is called uxorious, if a person is called uxorious, he will tend and try to fulfill any demand of his wife just out of love. Okay. So, and other people may find or might find this humorous. He can be a subject of humor due to this characteristics. Okay, another term may be similar but not exactly the same is henpecked. Henpecked is a person, a man who fears his wife and follows her and fulfills her demands, you may say, out of fear, out of this fear. You can well understand what is uxorious and uxorial, henpecked. Okay, uxorial is the adjective form. Oh, sorry. Um, yeah, adjective form. Uxorious is also adjective. And what will be the noun form? Uxoriety. Or uxoriousness. Okay. Marital, you know what is marital? Related to marriage. Extramarital, you know what is extramarital? No need to explain this. Premarital means, pre means previously or before. The premarital, for example, premarital affairs. Okay. Rex or regis. Rex or regis means king. Okay. For example, we had there was a dinosaur, a type of dinosaur called Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyranno. Tyrannous. Saurus. Tyrannosaurus rex was the king, the tyrant king of the dinosaurs. What is the spelling of dinosaurs? Dino. Okay, sorry. Dinosaurus. Saurus. Tyrant king of the dinosaurs. See, Tyrannosaurus Rex was the largest or the biggest uh, dinosaur of the carnivorous family. So that is why he was called the tyrant king. You know what is a tyrant? A tyrant is one which always commands and wants everything according to his wish. So that Tyrannosaurus Rex was called the tyrant king. In this word, Tyrannosaurus Rex, tyrann or tyrann means tyrant or haughty, you may say, or you may say a person who does not listen to any other person's advice, etc. And Saurus means like a dinosaurus, we have Saurus, and Rex means king. Okay, another word, regal. Regal means royal or related to king. That is king, regal. Like you may have heard about some hotels called Hotel Regal or Hotel Regalia, etc. It means a royal hotel. It gives you a sense of royalty or king-like. That is regal, king-like. Okay, let's move on to some madnesses. Like what will be the root word of a maniac? Sorry, madness. Oh, we already discussed it. Maniac. If a person is a maniac, he is a mad person. Monomania, you know what is monomania means, single-mindedness, nothing to worry about it, single-minded to the extent of excess. Dipsomania, dipsomania. Okay, you know what is dipso? Dipso means means dipso means thirst. Dipsomania, and mania means madness. So dipso means thirst. So if a person is a dipsomaniac, he has the mania or the madness for drinking. What kind of drinking? Alcohol. So a dipsomania is a dipsomaniac is a person mad for alcohol or addicted to alcohol is a dipsomaniac. Dipso means thirst. In Sanskrit, there is a word called pipasa. Pipasa, or in Hindi it is pyas, and in Greek it is dipso. Dipso means thirst. All of the three words, pipasa, pyas or dipso, kind of similar pronunciations or related pronunciations, all mean thirst. And dipsomaniac has thirst for alcohol, or it is mad for alcohol, or it is addicted to alcohol. Dipsomaniac. Kleptomania. Klepte means to steal. You know what is a kleptomania, right? A person who has kleptomania or is suffering from kleptomania does not have any need or intention to steal, but he has a urge from within to steal things. So madness to steal something. Okay, that is kleptomania. Maybe later on when he goes to his house or she goes to her house, they may throw that thing away somewhere. Suppose they may even pick up a spoon from a hotel. Anything. A kleptomaniac person may not be very needy, but he or she takes things, steals things, whatever comes in his or her hands, and then maybe when he or she reaches his or her house, throw the article away with the other things which he or she has already stored previously. Okay, pyromania. Pyro means pyros, or pyro means fire. Pyro means fire. So you must have seen X-Men, and there was a character called Pyro. He was actually the cousin brother probably of the Iceman. You remember? So pyro means fire. Pyromania. Mad, madly in love with fire. And he enjoys making good big fires and may out of this madness burn entire buildings. He can burn anything, but he does not have any bad intention for it, but he just loves fire madly. He likes the flames of fire. Okay, so such a person is called a pyromaniac person. Okay, another related word, ठीक है, another related word is incendiarism. Incendiarism is a crime. Incendiarism is a crime. You know what is incendiarism? To incense something. Incense means to burn. Incense means to burn. So incendiarism means to burn. So the act, the criminal act of burning the property of others may be to take revenge is called incendiarism. If if some person, suppose person A does something bad to person B, in order to take revenge, person B burns the house of the person A, then he has done the act of incendiarism. So the driving force of incendiarism is not some kind of mania. The inspirational force is not some kind of mania, but pure revenge. Okay? See, incendiarism is done out of revenge. Maniac, pyromaniac is madly in love with fire or madness. Madness for fire. Okay? He is mad. He does not have any bad intention, but he is a mad person. Okay, arson. Arsonist is a person who burns his own property to get the money of insurance or insurance money. An arson is a crime. An arsonist is a crime, a criminal who burns his own property to get the insurance money. If your shop is insured and you burn your building, your shop, just to get the insurance money, you are doing an arson. Arson, ARSON, arson. Arson means the crime done by an arsonist. Okay. And the word at the root word is ardus, to burn. To burn. Okay. So what is the difference between incendiarism and arsonism or arson? The difference is the driving force. A pyromaniac does it out of madness, an incendiarist does it out of revenge, and an arsonist just needs the money. Okay, moving on. Megalomania. Megalomania. What is a megalomania? A person who thinks that whatever is related to him or her is great Like if I say my country is the greatest, my house is the most beautiful, my brothers are very strong, etc., etc., etc. So that is a megalomania person. And the disorder is called megalomania. Okay, what and ever are never separated. Okay, we have already discussed what is a nymphomania. And the opposite of nymphomania we have already seen, a female leisure. A female leisure. Right? What is a satyromania? Satyromania. A satyromania. Satyr was a Greek god. Satyr was a Greek god with hooves of a horse, face of a goat, and body of a man. And this god, Greek god, was always sex starved. He was always driven by his sexual desires. So, a person who is a satyromaniac is always driven by his sexual desires. A leisure, you may say a leisure. Satyromaniac means a leisure male person. And satyr, okay, I'll show you the photograph of a leisure. Sorry, not a leisure, satyr. See, one of the class of lustful, drunken woodland gods. In Greek art, they were represented as a man who with a horse's ears tail, but in Roman representation as a man with a goat's ears, tail and leg. So it has different appearances, but you will get the idea of what's going on if you see the picture of the Greek god called Satyr. Here it is. You see? So that is the Greek god Satyr, after which the name Satyromaniac came. Okay, moving on. Fear. What is the root word of fear? Phobia. Phobia means fear. Okay, what is claustrophobia? Claustrophobia means claustrophobia. Claustrophobia. Claustro. Claustrophobia. Okay, it is right. Claust. Okay, there is an R over here. Okay, it should be. Okay. TRO. Okay. Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia means, see, it is very difficult sometimes to get hold of your own mistakes. Even if you know it, it is very difficult. Like you try to find the error in the programming code written by yourself. So that is why you need some other person to go through your code to try to find out what's the error. So same thing happened to me just now. Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia means fear of a closed space. If a person is uh, afraid of being bound or trapped in a small space, that is claustrophobia. Clauster means clausters means closed space. For example, you have also heard of the word closet, right? Closet comes from closters, and closet means a small almirah. You know what is a closet, right? Okay. What will be the opposite of claustrophobia? When you are bound in a lift or a small building, a small space or a bathroom, you are claustrophobic. Okay. Some people are afraid of the opposite thing. Suppose you are left on a road, very endless road, long road with no person around, or you are left in the stadium alone. So such a person is afraid of open spaces. So such a person is called agoraphobic. Agoraphobia, fear of open spaces. Agoras means open space. Okay. These are some kind of mania, or you may say psychological disorders. So there is not much to discuss about this, because we'll have to go to the psychological aspect of these also. But there is no need of going into that. Just remember, claustros means space, closed space, and agora means open space. Okay, moving on. Acro. Acrophobia. Acrophobia. Acro, or akros, means high. High. And acrophobia is fear of high spaces, high places. Suppose you are on a tall building and you are fearing that you may fall when you stand on the roof, then you are acrophobic. Okay, we have already seen what is an iconoclast and an atheist. Icon, clean. Icon means ritual, and clean means to deny or expose. Okay, just like in clean, if you clean something, clean, what you do, you try to expose it from the other pollutants. You try to delayer the other pollutants and try to make it clean. And suppose this one, icon or icon, 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 these are rituals. Icon means ritual, and you clean something out of it, you expose the ritual. Iconoclast exposes and denies rituals just because they do not believe in it. Iconoclast. Atheist. Okay, atheist means denies God. We have already discussed A means negative. A is negative and denotes, yeah, implies absence. Theos means God. Theos means God. An atheist denies God. Okay, okay. Agnosticism. Gnost. Okay. A means, again, A is negative and implies absence. A is negative and implies absence. And gnost, gnostos means to know. Okay. If a person is an agnostic, he does not actually deny God, but he says that there is no proof of God's existence, and there may not be ever. An agnost does not deny God. Agnostic person does not deny God, but states that there is no proof of knowing God, yeah, about knowing about God, and there may not be any proof in the future as well. Okay, we have understood the difference between a theist and agnostic person. See, a theist denies God. It says that God does not exist. An agnostic person does not deny God. He just says that there is no proof of it, and we may never know what it is. Okay, moving on. Agnostic. We have done agnostic. Now we see. Now we will see diagnostic. Diagnostic. Diagnostic means seeing through or knowing through. Gnostic means to know, or gnostos means to know, and dia means through. Dia means through. So, doing a through checkup is diagnostic. A complete checkup is diagnostics. Okay, if we do a prognosis of something, diagnostic is adjective. Okay, and what will be the noun form of it? Diagnosis. Diagnosis is noun. Moving on to prognosis. Prognosis is knowing beforehand. Prognosis is noun, and prognosis is done by doctors. For example, we have already discussed this with the help of the root word pro. Just like proscribe something. If you proscribe something, you say previously that you do not have to consume things, or you do not have to do things. Suppose a sugar patient does not have to eat sugar. So prognosis is to know beforehand. To know before. Doctors know beforehand how a treatment or how an illness can be cured. So they are pro in it. They already know what's going to be the treatment or what the person should not consume. If a person is diabetic, how will it be cured? The doctor already knows. He has a prognosis that if the person does not eat sugar and takes insulin doses, he will be as good as new. So that is prognosis. Prognosis means to know before, and pro means before, or pre means before, and the doctor warns against it. So no need to discuss it further. Moving on, back to God. Monotheism means worshipping or saying that there is one God. There is one God. Okay. Polytheism, there are many gods. Okay. Pantheism. Okay. Pan means everywhere. Pan, just like in Pan American. Pan Am is a um, very established international flight service, aeroplane, air flight services. So Pan, the word Pan, it says that means it goes everywhere. Pan American, all over America. Pan Am. So we have pantheism. Pan means everywhere, and pantheism is the practice of saying that God is everywhere. God is everywhere. ठीक है? Okay? Study. And what is the study of religion? Theology. Theology. Study of religion or God. Moving on. Okay. The sex and the tongue are very related. Okay. Leisure. Okay, let's see what's the time. We have already seen what is leisure, and leisure means a person, a male person who is driven by his sexual desires, and it has come from leisure, okay, which means to lick. Leisure means to lick, and a leisure, Lecher, is driven by his sexual taste. That is why leisure means to lick. Okay, lick like you do with your tongue, right? So libidinous or libido. Libido means pleasure. Libido means pleasure. Libidinous is a property or characteristic of a person, or libidinous is an adjective. A person, for a person driven by his sexual desires. Again, pleasures, you must say. So you must say these are adjectives: lascivious, lascivia, Lascivia. Lascivia means want, or if you lust for something, lust, you are lascivious about it. Lascivious, just like mischievous, we have lascivious. You are wanting to the extent of mischievousness or to the extent of lust. Want, lascivia means want and or lust. Lascivious means a person driven by sexual lust or want. You may say these are synonyms, right? Lubricious or lubricous means smooth. Okay, and if you lubricate something, it is very smooth, and whatever is smooth and shiny is attractive. So lubricious is a person, again, driven by the sexual desires. You may say anything. These all are synonyms. So please do identify them, and very easy to identify them because all start with L, the letter L, licitness. Okay. Okay. Another word, licitness. Licentious. Liquor means to permit. Okay. Liquor means to permit, and licenses means permitted. If something is licentious, it is already permitted. Suppose you're giving it a license, so from there comes liquor or license means to permit, to give or to grant, permission, to grant permission. Okay. And license, you know what is a license? To permit, right? A permit, it's a noun or a verb which means it is a written permit, right? Moving on, illicit means which has not been permitted, which has not been permitted. It has come from where? It has come from liquor. Liquor means not permitted, sorry, liquor means to permit, and illicit means which has not been permitted. I or L is negative, shows negativity or absence. So absence of license is illicitness. Lewd, means to attract. Sexually, to get some favors. Okay, lewd means to attract sexually, to get some favors. Maybe sometimes lewd word cannot be used sexually as well. If you lewd someone with money or some other favors, then it's okay. That's not sexual, but you can still use the word lewd because English language has diversified a lot in these days, in these many years. So there is no need to be very strict about it. Favors, Favors. Oh, sorry, I am very bad with spellings. Sorry. Lustful. What is lustful? Full of desire. And what is the root word of it? Lascivious. 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 Lust, full of desire, or you may say sexual desires. Generally sexual. If it is very strong, some kind of other desire as well, just like you may say lust for money, then you're saying that strong desire for money. Okay. Prurito, sex and the itch. Prurito means swelling. Prurito means to swell. Prurito means to swell. If you are prurient, if a person is a prurient, it is swelling with sexual desire. Or sexual want, you must say. A moment. See, prurito means to itch or swell. Actually, prurito means to itch or desire for something. If you desire for something a lot, if you want something a lot, you are pruritic about it. Prurito means to itch or desire, mostly or sometimes sexually. See, if you are desiring for something with to such an extent that it has developed an itch in your mind or your heart, then you are prurient about it. If you have got an itch for something, if you itch for something, then you are prurient about it. Okay, another word, pruritus. Pruritus is actually uh, a kind of disease or an itching sensation in your actual body. Itching sensation in the body. You remember itis? What is itis? Itis means swelling, right? To swell, right? Like conjunctivitis or arthritis. You remember? So itis means to swell, and prudio means what? To itch. So pruritus is a condition where your skin may itch, and you have the itch or desire to scratch that area. If you have a itch in some part of your skin, what you do, you want to itch it out, you want to scratch it out, but you cannot. But if you do it, if you do scratch, sometimes later when you continue scratching it, a swelling appears, a rash appears, that area becomes red and swollen. So that is pruritus. So it is very disgusting to explain even. So I'm not going to explain. I have explained it to such a disgusting level that there is no explanation needed. Okay, hypochondriac we have already discussed. As a person who thinks, who is sick, we have already discussed. So that's an adjective. Hypothyroid. Hypothyroid is a condition, a hormonal condition where the thyroid gland is secreting less hormones. Okay, hypothyroid gland. A thyroid gland secretes the thyroid hormone, and if the secretion is less, that is hypothyroid. Hypo means under the level of thyroid. So that is hypothyroid. It is a medical condition, and if you want to know more about it, please go to Google, search about it. Hypodermic. Hypodermic, you have already said, under the under layer of skin, the lower layer of skin. Is hypoderma or hypodermis. Okay. Hypotension. Hypotension means low blood pressure. Low blood pressure. Low blood pressure. You understand why is tension? Tension means blood pressure, and hypotension, low blood pressure. Moving on. Hypercritical or hypercritical means extremely critical. Critical. Okay, it's not a medical condition. If you are hypercritical, you are extremely critical about a particular matter. You criticize it excessively. That is hypercriticalness or hypercriticism. Okay, hyperthyroid, you can well understand, is the hormonal condition where the thyroid is secreting more hormones. Okay, if you have problem in seeing it, I'll just move it upwards so that you can see it very clearly. And we have hypertension. Hypertension means high blood pressure. Okay, hypersensitive means oversensitive. See, these words are very, very simple to understand, so no need to discuss it with the help of root words, I guess. See, if you want to just revise, you can back up the video a bit and do it yourself. Anyways, I'll be uploading these videos, and there is a good news that I am not going to publish this and you will have, I'm not going to upload this in the same manner, but I will upload in such a way that you will not be required to get any permissions. It will be available in the net. You just have to click on the link and you will get it. So all the best, enjoy, keep sharing so that most of the people can get benefited out of it. I do not want that any of you subscribe. I do not want that. Just want that you people enjoy the knowledge. And yeah, if you want to get regular updates, you have to subscribe, but you do share it with your friends so that everybody can have a glimpse at what's going on. Because I did not know, I did not see or did not find any Word Power Made Easy video that is so precise and so in detail. Okay, all the best. The SBI PO exams are coming on. All the best to you guys. Enjoy. Bye bye.